You're listening to Vaughan Radio.
Tune in every day.
Vaughan Radio.
Speaking with confidence with Ali.
Hello, and welcome back to Speaking with Confidence here on Vaughan Radio. I'm Ale, and this is our hour to practice English. How do we do that? We build the language little by little. We start with a bit about life. We learn the words we need, and we look at the grammar that helps us speak more clearly. Today, we are talking about where things are. Like, where are my keys? Where is the ticket? Where is the cafe? Where are you waiting? Where is the charger? All right. So these are simple questions, but important meaning. Because in English, when we talk about location, 3 small words appear all the time. In, on, and at. And as we said before, small words can cause big confusion, right? Because in Spanish, we often say en, estoy en casa, está en la mesa, nos vemos en la puerta, vivo en Madrid. But in English, we don't always use the same word. Why? I don't know. Sometimes it's in, sometimes it's on, and sometimes it's at. And today we're going to practice with that. We'll think about everyday life, cafes, stations, shops, streets, screens, benches, doors, and so on and so forth. Because when you know where something is, you feel calmer, right? And when you can say where something is in English, you sound clearer. So today, we are going to call this lesson, Where Are We? And Finding Our Place. So let's begin. And in that sense, before we look at the grammar, we need some useful words for places and objects around us. So let's begin with our useful word list. These are very simple, everyday words that help us describe where we are and where things are. So here we go. Useful words. The first word today, we've already seen this word before, is entrance. Entrance. And this is a noun, and this is a countable noun. And the entrance is the place where you go into a building or a room. The place where you go into a building or room. In Spanish, entrada. How do we use it? The entrance looks quiet, but the restaurant is full of people. All right. Word number 2 is corner. Corner. And this is also a noun, also a countable noun. And a corner is the place where 2 walls, streets, or sides meet. A place where 2 walls or streets or sides meet. In Spanish, esquina. Pero también puede ser rincón. That little corner feels perfect for a quiet cafe. That little corner feels perfect for a quiet cafe. Word number 3 is counter. Counter. And this is also a noun, countable as well. And the counter is a long, flat surface in a shop or in a cafe or in the kitchen. A long, flat surface. And this in Spanish is mostrador, o la encimera, o el mesón. All right? How do we use it? The counter was covered with cups, plates, and fresh bread. The counter was covered with cups, plates, and fresh bread. Very good. Now listen to this other word. Aisle. Aisle. And let me spell this word for you. A-I-S-L-E. Yes, and the S is silent. So we say aisle. And this is a noun, and it is also countable. Aisle. And what's an aisle? It's the long space between rows of seats or shelves. When you go in the supermarket, for example, there's this space between shelves, right? In Spanish, this is pasillo, pasillo. How do we use it? The aisle was narrow, so everyone walked slowly. The aisle was narrow, so everyone walked slowly. Narrow, angosto. All right. Next word is platform. Platform. And this is also a noun, also countable. And the platform is the place where you wait for a train or the metro. The place where you wait for the train or the metro or the subway or the underground, however you like to call it. And this in Spanish, andén o plataforma. The platform was busy early in the morning. The platform was busy early in the morning. All right, very good. And another word is bench. Bench. And this is a noun, also countable. And a bench is a long seat for two or more people, often outside. A long seat for two or more people. And in Spanish, this is banco, un banco. Es decir, el banco en el que te sientas afuera en la calle. An old bench can be the best place for a short break. An old bench can be the best place for a short break. And let's continue. We've got two more words. And the next word is ceiling. Ceiling. And let me spell this for you. C-E-I-L-I-N-G. And this is, again, a noun. And again, countable. Ceiling. And what is this? This is the top and inside part of a room. The top inside part of a room. And this in Spanish, el techo. El techo. Por dentro, el techo. Alright, no el tejado, que está por encima, sino el techo. Alright, so how do we use it? The ceiling was high, so the room felt bigger. The ceiling was high, so the room felt bigger. Very good. Let's do our last word, and this is sign. Sign, and I'll spell this for you. S-I-G-N. And this is a noun and also countable. Sign. And what is a sign? It's a board, a notice, or a symbol that gives information. In Spanish, cartel o señal. A board or symbol that gives information. How do we use it? A clear sign can save you a lot of time. A clear sign can save you a lot of time. All right, those are our 8 words for today. And let me go through them again very quickly. The words are, I'll start from the bottom up. Sign, ceiling, bench, platform, aisle, counter, corner, entrance. So all of our words today are nouns, and all of them are countable. All nouns, all countable. Very good. So if I tell you in Spanish, techo, what is the word in English? Ceiling. Very good. If I say un banco, de aquellos en los que te sientas, bench. Very good. Un mostrador o encimera, counter. Very good. Entrada, entrance. Esquina o rincón, corner. Pasillo, aisle. Very good. This is a very new word for us, aisle. All right. The S is silent. Andén, platform. And cartel o señal, sign. All right. Very good. So now that we've got these words, let's begin our practice. We're going to start off with guessing the word. So listen, guess, also repeat the word, and let the words become yours, all right? So I'll give you the definition, and then you say the word. Listen to this. A long seat, often in a park or outside a building. A long seat, often in a park or outside a building. What is this? Bench. Very good. This is the top inside part of a room. The top inside part of a room. And this is the ceiling. What about the place where you enter a building? The place where you enter a building. Entrance. Excellent. This is the place where you wait for a train. The place where you wait for a train. This is at the train station, but we are specifically referring to the platform. Very good. This is a board or symbol that gives you information. A board or symbol that gives you information. And this would be a sign. And how do we spell that? S-I-G-N. Very good. Now, this is the space between rows of seats in a cinema, for instance, or a plane. What is it? The space between rows of seats in a cinema or a plane. We also mentioned this is the space between shelves, like in a supermarket or maybe in the library. So what is this space called? Aisle. Very good. And how do we spell aisle? A-I-S-L-E. And this word can be tricky because the S is silent and the pronunciation is aisle. All right? Just like island, we don't pronounce the S in it. Okay. This is the flat surface in a shop or a kitchen or a cafe. The flat surface in a cafe or in a shop or a kitchen. What is this? A flat surface is the counter. Very good. If it's the cafe, this is where you meet the person behind the counter who is going to prepare your coffee, and this is where you order it and you pay for it, right? In a shop is the same thing. This is a place where you maybe pay for the things that you are buying. All right, counter. Very good. All right, how about this one? The place where two walls or two streets meet. The place where two walls or two streets meet. Remember this one? Corner. Corner, very good. How do we spell corner? C-O-R-N-E-R. Corner. Very good. So we've got those 8 words. We've got the definitions: entrance, bench, platform, ceiling, sign, aisle, counter, corner. Now, what you're going to do next is choose the best word, right? One of these words to complete the sentence. Listen carefully. I couldn't find the bathroom, but then I saw a clear near the stairs. I couldn't find the bathroom, but then I saw a clear near the stairs. A clear what? A clear sign. Yes, I couldn't find the bathroom, but then I saw a clear sign near the stairs. Very good. Another one. We arrived early, so we sat on, well, let's say that again. We arrived early, so we sat on and watched people pass by. We arrived early, so we sat on and watched people pass by. What did we sit on? We sat on a bench and watched people pass by. Very good. Okay. How about this one? The train is delayed, so many passengers are waiting on the train is delayed, so many passengers are waiting on the platform. Yeah, very good. This one's next. In the cinema, our seats were difficult to reach because was very full. In the cinema, our seats were very difficult to reach because was full. So what word could it be? Entrance, bench, platform, corner, aisle, ceiling, sign, counter. Well, let's try and use aisle. In the cinema, our seats were difficult to reach because the aisle was very full. Yes, and that's why you have to be there really early, before the movie starts, before the trailer even begins, because otherwise it's just very uncomfortable to walk and to find your seats, right? Okay, next one. The waiter left the menus on before opening the cafe. The waiter left the menus on before opening the cafe. So what is this? The waiter left the menus. Where do you think he left them? If he's in a cafe, the waiter left the menus on the counter before opening the cafe. So he went and he placed the menus on the counter, and then he opened the doors. All right. There was a small plant in the room. There was a small plant in the room. So what can fit here? Counter, corner, aisle, platform, entrance. There was a small plant in the corner of the room. Very good. Let's do another one. The hotel, something there, was beautiful with glass doors and soft lights. And this is clear. The hotel entrance was beautiful with glass doors and soft lights. Very good. And the last one is the restaurant had old lamps hanging from the restaurant had old lamps hanging from the ceiling. Very good. The restaurant had old lamps hanging from the ceiling. All right, excellent. So, let me ask you a few questions. Where do you usually wait for someone? Outside or inside or near the entrance? Where do you usually wait for someone? In my case, I usually wait for someone near the entrance, so they can see me. Very good. How about you? Outside, inside, or near the entrance? All right. Outside, right? But near the entrance. Where do you prefer to sit in a cafe? Where do you prefer to sit in a cafe? Near the window, in a corner, or outside? What's your answer? My answer is I prefer to sit outside. How about you? I prefer to sit, you can say, near the window if that's your choice. What about when you travel by train? Do you arrive early or right at the last minute? What do you do? Do you arrive early or at the last minute? Well, in my case, I usually arrive early because I don't like to stress out about not being able to catch my train. But I've been late before. So I usually arrive early. How about you? What do you do? Do you arrive early? All right. In a supermarket, do you read signs or do you ask people for help, the workers there, when you can't find something? Do you read signs? Do you look for the signs or do you ask people for help? What is it that you do? In my case, I usually ask for help. If I see someone there, I just go up to them and ask them. But maybe you usually read the signs first, right? You usually read the signs. And that's very good. Okay, so we've had our words with entrance, corner, counter, aisle, platform, bench, ceiling, and sign. So let's build a couple sentences with words that I'll give you. You have to put them in the right order and build a sentence. For example, if I say near is entrance the taxi. Near is entrance the taxi. What is the right order to form a sentence? Near is entrance the taxi. The taxi is near the entrance. The taxi is near the entrance. So we used the 2 times, twice. Very good. Let's do another one. This is bench empty completely. Let me correct myself. The is bench empty completely. You ready? The bench is completely empty. The bench is completely empty. All right, very good. Let's do another one. I saw sign I read. I saw sign I read. Red as the color red, not the past of read, okay? I saw sign I read. So what is it? I saw a red sign. Very good. And finally, The platform crowded looks. The platform crowded looks. And we would say, the platform looks crowded. All right. So we're going to go on a small break, but remember that you can always keep practicing with us if you listen to all of our shows from all of our different programs here on Vaughan Radio. Stay with us, because when we come back, we'll look at a small but very powerful idea. Sometimes feeling confident in a place begins with knowing where you are. All right? I'll see you in just a bit.
Lo que oyes. You're listening to the right radio. You're listening to Vaughan Radio. You're listening to Vaughan Radio.
Estas vacaciones, haz un viaje para tu inglés. Con los cursos intensivos semanales de Vaughan, mejora tu inglés durante cualquier periodo vacacional. Navidad, Semana Santa, verano, tú decides cuándo. Una semana para mejorar tu fluidez. Gana confianza al hablar. Aprovecha tu tiempo libre al máximo. Y lo mejor es que puedes reservar tu curso desde ya para asegurarte tu plaza en el momento que prefieras. No dejes pasar la oportunidad de avanzar en tu inglés estas vacaciones. Entra en grupovaughan.com/intensivos y contrata tu semana intensiva hoy mismo, porque tu inglés también merece unas vacaciones.
Mommy, Daddy, these summer English books are so much fun.
¿Quieres que este verano tus hijos repasen inglés de forma divertida? Tenemos justo lo que necesitas. Llega Summer English. Listen, practice, learn. La nueva colección de cuadernos de Vaughan para niños de primero a sexto de primaria. Con juegos, gramática, vocabulario, audios y actividades online. Todo al más puro estilo Vaughan. Ya disponibles en vaughantienda.com y librerías seleccionadas. Este verano, aprender inglés será su plan favorito.
¿Quieres mejorar tu inglés sin complicaciones? Vaughan Inglés 4.0 es el curso de inglés más completo en formato audio, con casi 600 clases desde cero hasta nivel avanzado. Paso a paso, donde y cuando quieras. Claro, práctico y eficaz. Gramática, vocabulario, pronunciación y sobre todo, resultados. Busca nuestro podcast Vaughan Inglés 4.0 en iVoox.
Este verano, ¿quieres que tus hijos se diviertan, vivan 1000 aventuras y además ganen fluidez en inglés, rodeados de naturaleza y con los mejores monitores angloparlantes Vaughan? Tráelos a nuestro Vaughan Summer Camps, con cabañas, actividades acuáticas, multiaventura, nuevos amigos y entornos increíbles donde aprenderán a resolver situaciones cotidianas en inglés sin darse cuenta. Más de 3.000 niños viven nuestras inversiones cada año. Encuentra tu mejor Summer Camp sin salir de España. Contrata tu mejor camp.
Come to learn with us at Vaughan.
¿Te apuntas?
En Vaughan hay un antes y un después. El antes es inseguridad, titubeo, fastidio. El después es confianza, convicción y arrojo. Y esto en solo 6 días.
El mayor ambiente lingüístico jamás creado, con la mayor variedad de acentos nativos nunca antes reunidos. Vaughan Town, el pueblo anglo de Vaughan. Vaughan Town. Rechaza imitaciones. Infórmate en el 911335833.
Vaughan Town. Cambia tu inglés ya.
Encuentra todos los libros de nuestros presentadores de radio en las tiendas Vaughan. Nosotros te ayudamos a encontrar el libro perfecto para ti, para todos los niveles y edades. También encontrarás libros de alemán, francés y mucho más. Estamos en calle Orense 75, en Madrid, o en nuestras 6 delegaciones por España. Ven a vernos o visita vaughantienda.com. Vaughan, Learn English.
Escúchanos en cualquier momento y en cualquier lugar. Descarga la app de Vaughan Radio.
You are listening to Everyday. Listen to Vaughan Radio. You're listening to Vaughan Radio.
Tune in every day.
Vaughan Radio.
Speaking with confidence with Ale.
Here on Vaughan Radio. Before the break, we talked about useful words for everyday places. Entrance, corner, counter, aisle, platform, bench, ceiling, and sign. And now let's come back with a little life fact. Here's the idea. Human beings, people, you and me, we feel better when we are oriented, right? When you enter a new place, your brain quickly looks for reference points, like the door, the exit, the people, the signs, the empty seats, the safest corner, or the nearest table. Nuestro cerebro siempre busca puntos de referencia para que podamos sentirnos seguros al entrar a un lugar desconocido o al encontrarnos en un lugar desconocido. All right? Un objeto familiar, a familiar object, or, as I said, a seat, or even a person that you don't know this person, but just to know where that person is standing, then that gives you some sort of reference. Because they help us understand this new place. That is why when you arrive somewhere new, especially, you often do this naturally. You look around. You check where the exit is. You notice where people are standing. You look for a place to sit. You try to understand the space. And language does something similar. Language helps us organize the world. So when we say in the room or on the table or at the station, we are not just using grammar. We are giving the listener a map, a small map made of words. So today we're going to create this map. We're going to and make it a clear map. All right? So let's move on to our grammar that works. And today's grammar focus is prepositions of place. These can be very confusing. And it's not that you don't understand how to use them, but it happens to me. I have doubts, and I said this before. This has recently become a bit of a thing for me that I don't know exactly if I have to use in, on, at, so I have to think about it really well before I use them. All right. As I said at the beginning of the show, in Spanish, utilizamos en casi para todo. But in English, we need to choose. Tenemos que escoger en inglés cuál de estas. Y estas son solo tres, pero habrán más. So let's start with the most practical idea. Point number 1. Use in when something is inside a place, inside an area, or inside a container. Inside. For example, I'm inside the kitchen, right? The kitchen is a place or an area in your home, in your house. She is in her bedroom also. Her bedroom is the space in her bedroom. The children are in the garden. This is an area, right? They're in the garden. Even if it's outside, but the area is the garden, so they are in the garden. There are two people in the elevator. There are two people in the elevator. My sunglasses are in my bag. My sunglasses are in my bag. En castellano, en español decimos en o dentro de. Estoy en la cocina, las gafas están en mi bolso, right? So, for rooms, bags, boxes, cities, countries, and areas, we often use in, all right? They live in Valencia. We live in Madrid. We are in the city center. He works in a small office. There is a cat in the box. There's a cat in the box. All right? So also, in the photo or in the picture, we say in the photo. Well, we usually say in a photo, not on, but in the photo, okay? En la foto. Okay, point number 1. Now, point number 2, we use on when something is touching a surface. Cuando algo toca la superficie. On. So think about this. On top of or attached to a surface. All right, encima de o pegado a la superficie. For example, the cup is on the table. The table is a surface, so because it's on the surface, we use on. The picture is on the wall. On the wall. Your coat is on the chair. What about something smaller? There's dust on the floor. El polvo está en el suelo. There's dust. Hay polvo en el suelo. There's dust on the floor. The number is on the door. All right? The number is on the door. En Spanish, again, utilizamos, dirías, igualmente, en. El vaso está en la mesa. Aunque puedes decir también sobre la mesa. All right, but in English is on the table. The keys are on the sofa. The menu is on the counter. The poster is on the ceiling. All right. All right. So surface, when we are talking about a surface or something that has a surface, it's on. Aquello que tiene una superficie, la preposición es on, okay? Point number 3. Use on for streets, screens, pages, and transport lines. What do I mean by this? It's also very useful because we say the shop is on Gran Vía, en la calle en particular. Esa calle específicamente para describir el lugar específico de algo, utilizamos on de esta manera. The shop is on Gran Vía. Estamos siendo específicos con el lugar de la calle. No es la calle en general, sino que la calle Gran Vía. So, the shop is on Gran Vía. Her name is on the list, en la lista. The message is on my phone. The information is on the screen. And maybe there's a mistake on page 10. All right? So remember, for streets, screens, pages. And now for public transport, you will say, on the bus. I'm on the bus. He's on the train. All right? She's on the metro. All right? And on the plane. All right, so for those, we use on. Okay, but be careful because when we talk about in, we talk about a smaller vehicle is in the car. I'm in the car, but I'm on the bus. I'm on the train or I'm on the plane. Okay? ¿Por qué? Porque son transportes grandes. Y por lo tanto, para estos transportes que son más grandes, en los que puedes entrar y pararte o estar de pie, utilizamos esta preposición. I'm on the bus. He's on the train. They're on the plane. Pero en cambio, en un coche que es más pequeño y no puedes estar de pie, dices I'm in the car. I'm in the taxi. All right? Very good. So, for this, remember, on the bus, on the train, on the plane, or on the metro, but in the car or in a taxi. Y en una motocicleta o en una bicicleta, aquí también utilizamos on the bike or on the motorcycle. Esas dos pueden ser las dos excepciones. Lo ha dicho Ruby de inglés con Ruby. All right. So, point number 4, use at for a specific point or place. All right? At for a specific point or place. When you're thinking of a place as a point on a map or a specific location, for example, you use at. Un lugar específico. I'm at the station. I'm at the station. All right? She's at the door. She's at the door. We're at the cinema. We're at the cinema. Estamos en el cine, estamos en la puerta, estamos en la estación. Okay? They're at reception, en la recepción. He's at the bus stop. Okay? No estamos describiendo el sitio dentro. Estamos mencionando un punto en general de un lugar específico. O sea, en la estación de tren, no necesariamente el lugar más específico que sería el andén, sino la estación de tren como edificio, como lugar. So, at the train station. Lo mismo, la puerta. At the door. No hemos atravesado por ella, no estamos sobre ella, estamos ni dentro, por lo tanto estamos en la puerta. At the door. Estamos en el cine. At the cinema. Al edificio. No hemos entrado a una sala, pero estamos allí, en ese lugar que es el cine. At the cinema. All right? So that's what we're using when we want to describe, or when we're thinking of a place as a point on a map or a specific location. All right? Location. All right, so let's compare. I'm in the station, but when we say I'm in the station, that means we're inside the building. But if you say I'm at the station, what you're saying is that the station is your location, okay? No estás dentro, estás en el lugar, en el sitio. I'm at the station. Let's do another example. She's in the school, meaning that she's inside the building, maybe in a classroom, right? She's in the school. But if I say she's at school, then she means that she has her activity or whatever she's doing at school, going to classes at this place, en este lugar, este es su lugar, this is her location, all right, for the day. Okay? So let's see, let's use some fixed expressions with at. Some expressions that are easy to remember when you make them fixed expressions. For example, at home, at work, at university, at reception, at the airport. Cuando pensamos en estas frases como un solo bloque, una frase fija, at home, estamos refiriéndonos que es el lugar en particular, el sitio, ¿ok? At work, en el trabajo. No precisamente en la oficina, in the office, but at work, en el trabajo, at school, at university, at the airport, at the bus stop, at the traffic lights, at the end of the street, all right? I'm at home today. He's at work until 6. Let's meet at reception, or wait for me at the traffic lights, ¿sí? Estoy en casa, diríamos, I'm at home. Estoy en el trabajo, I'm at work. Not in work, not in home, but at work, at home. Okay? So let's summarize before we begin our practice. So we use in for inside a space or area, such as in the room, in Madrid, or in a bag, right? We use on for a surface, also for a street, also for a screen, page, or public transport. On the table, on the wall, on the screen, on the bus, en aquellos transportes en los que puedes estar de pie. All right, on the bus. And use at for a specific point or reference point on a map or a place, at the door, at the station, at home, or at work, okay? All right, so that's a lot of information, but this will be clearer once we start practicing. So let's begin and put this grammar in action. All right, we're going to begin with translations as usual. So think about it. Remember all our points today. Estoy en la cocina. Very easy. I'm in the kitchen. Very good. Estoy en la cocina. I'm in the kitchen. How about this one? Las llaves están sobre la mesa. Las llaves están sobre la mesa. The keys are on the table. Okay, very good. Nos vemos en la entrada. We're also using words from our list, useful words. Nos vemos en la entrada. What do you say? See you at the entrance. See you at the entrance. Very good. At is the right preposition. Ella está en el autobús. Ella está en el autobús. Y aquí te tienes que acordar que cuando estás de pie en un transporte, significa que tienes que utilizar la preposición on. She's on the bus. Very good. Estamos en casa hoy. Estamos en casa hoy. En casa. Punto de referencia, en casa. No he dicho específicamente dónde, pero sí estoy mencionando el sitio en el que estoy el día de hoy. We are at home today. At home. Very good. Hay un cartel en la pared. Hay un cartel en la pared. There's a sign on the wall. On the wall. Muy bien. Una superficie. La pared, una superficie. On the wall. Él está en un taxi. Él está en un taxi. Hemos dicho que para transportes en los que no puedes estar de pie, exceptuando la bicicleta y la motocicleta, decimos he is in a taxi. He's in a taxi. Very good. Finalmente, el café está en esa calle. El café está en esa calle, esa en particular. So, the cafe is on that street. The cafe is on that street. Very good. The preposition is on. Very good practice, very good warm-up. So what are we going to do now? You are going to choose in, on, or at to complete my sentence. All right? In, on, or at. So listen. The book is my backpack. The book is my backpack. Backpack, mochila. Por lo tanto, the book is in my backpack. All right. I'm waiting the bus stop. I'm waiting the bus stop. I'm waiting at the bus stop. Very good. At is a right preposition. The lamp is the ceiling. The lamp is the ceiling. The ceiling, a surface, el techo, la superficie. There's a lamp on the ceiling. All right. My sister lives Sevilla. I wasn't sure if I was going to say that in English or Spanish. My sister lives Seville. My sister lives in Seville. Very good. All right. We are sitting the train. We are sitting the train. Where are we sitting? We are sitting on the train. We're sitting on the train. All right. The receptionist is the desk. The receptionist is the desk. Where is the receptionist? She is at the desk. Very good. The plates are the counter. The plates are the counter. Counter, surface. So the plates are on the counter. And the last one, he is his office right now. He is his office right now. And the right preposition is he is in his office right now. He is at work, right? But in his office. Okay, very good. Let's continue. We are going to correct the mistake. So each of the following sentences has one mistake with the preposition. Your job is to correct it. Okay, a continuación, estas oraciones tienen un error, tienen un fallo. Y tu trabajo es corregir ese fallo. All right, listen carefully. I'm on the kitchen. What is the right preposition there? I'm on the kitchen. I'm in the kitchen. All right, yes, that's good. The phone is in the table. The phone is in the table. And the right preposition is the phone is on the table. Porque está sobre la mesa. The phone is on the table. How about this one? She's in the bus. She's in the bus. The right preposition is she's on the bus. She's on the bus. Okay? Very good. He's on home today. He's on home today. What would we say instead? He is at home today. He's at home today. All right, let's do another one. Let's meet in the entrance. Let's meet in the entrance. How would you say that? Let's meet at the entrance. Let's meet at the entrance. Este es más fácil porque la entrada no has atravesado, por lo tanto no estás dentro y no es una superficie, por lo tanto lo que nos queda es at. Let's meet at the entrance. All right. La última. The address is in the screen. The address is in the screen. The address is on the screen. Very good. Okay. So, again, let's keep on practicing. We're going to continue practicing, but this time I will give you options for you to choose. All right? So you have to decide the best sentence. I'll give you 3 options. Which one is the correct one? The ticket is in my pocket. The ticket is at my pocket. Or the ticket is on my pocket. So remember, the ticket is in my pocket. Why? Because está dentro del bolsillo, de mi bolsillo, pocket, in my pocket. And that's it for today. Today we practice in, on, and at for places. Remember, in for inside, on for surfaces, and at for points and specific places. All right, coming up next, the lunchtime show. So don't go anywhere. Thank you for joining me today. I'm speaking with confidence here on Vaughan Radio. I will talk to you tomorrow.
Estás escuchando Vaughan Radio.
¿Tus hijos necesitan dar un salto de inglés este verano? ¿Tienen planes en el extranjero o simplemente quieren ganar confianza? Apúntales a nuestras clases particulares one-to-one. Con nuestras clases one-to-one ganarán confianza en inglés para alcanzar nuevas oportunidades. El inglés abre puertas y con Vaughan aprenderán inglés para vivir sus sueños. No esperes más y entra en grupovaughan.com e infórmate.
Mommy, Daddy, these summer English books are so much fun.
¿Quieres que este verano tus hijos repasen inglés de forma divertida? Tenemos justo lo que necesitas. Llega Summer English. Listen, practice, learn. La nueva colección de cuadernos de Vaughan para niños de 1º a 6º de primaria. Con juegos, gramática, vocabulario, audios y actividades online. Todo al más puro estilo Vaughan. Ya disponibles en vaughantienda.com y librerías seleccionadas. Este verano, aprender inglés será su plan favorito.
¿Buscas el impulso definitivo para tu inglés profesional? Con Master Plus de Vaughan lo tienes todo. 5 meses de clases intensivas en grupo con el Executive Master, más 5 meses adicionales de clases individuales one-to-one online, donde tú eliges el horario, el ritmo y el enfoque, gramática, conversación o lo que necesites. Master Plus es flexibilidad real para alcanzar fluidez profesional. Descúbrelo en grupovaughan.com/master.
¿Quieres aprender inglés a tu propio ritmo y según tu horario? En Vaughan tenemos la solución perfecta para ti. Con las clases particulares online de Vaughan, disfrutarás de la máxima flexibilidad en tu aprendizaje del inglés. Tú eliges. ¿Prefieres centrarte en la conversación o en la gramática? No hay ningún problema. Con Vaughan puedes seleccionar la modalidad que más te convenga. Y no solo eso, sino que también tienes completa libertad para elegir el día, la hora y la duración de tus clases. ¿Solo tienes 25 minutos? Perfecto. En Vaughan nos adaptamos a ti. Visita grupovaughan.com hoy mismo y descubre cómo nuestras clases particulares pueden transformar tu forma de aprender inglés. Flexibilidad y calidad en la enseñanza del inglés a tu medida.
Este verano, ¿quieres que tus hijos se diviertan, vivan 1000 aventuras y además ganen fluidez en inglés, rodeados de naturaleza y con los mejores monitores angloparlantes Vaughan? Tráelos a nuestro Vaughan Summer Camps. Hay 4 ubicaciones diferentes para que elijas tu mejor opción. Con cabañas, actividades acuáticas, multiaventura, nuevos amigos y entornos increíbles donde aprenderán a resolver situaciones cotidianas en inglés sin darse cuenta. Más de 3000 niños viven nuestras inmersiones cada año. Encuentra tu mejor Summer Camp sin salir de España. Ahora también en la playa. Llámanos al 917001199